Seniors, are you making a deadly mistake with your vitamins? What if I told you that 3 simple vitamins could be the difference between thriving in your 70s and struggling with fractures, memory loss, and devastating health complications? Here's the shocking truth that most doctors won't tell you. After age 70, your body undergoes dramatic changes that make certain nutrients absolutely critical for survival. Yet 99% of seniors are unknowingly deficient in at least one of these life-saving vitamins. Recent studies reveal that up to 30% of adults over 70 suffer from deficiencies that directly contribute to falls, cognitive decline, and even premature death. But here's what's truly terrifying. These deficiencies don't announce themselves with obvious symptoms. Instead, they silently destroy your body from the inside out, disguising themselves as normal aging when they're actually completely preventable and reversible conditions. One of these vitamins, the number 1 on our list, affects your brain so profoundly that deficiency can perfectly mimic Alzheimer's disease. Families watch their loved ones deteriorate, doctors prescribe expensive medications, and nursing homes become inevitable, all because of a simple vitamin deficiency that could be corrected with a $10 supplement. You won't hear this from most medical practices, you won't see it advertised on television, but the research is undeniable, and today we're exposing the complete truth. In this video, we'll reveal the 3 vitamins you must never skip after 70, the warning signs that could save your life, and the exact dosages and timing that can transform your health in just weeks. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, your age, and whether you've ever experienced unexplained fatigue, memory problems, or frequent falls. We're reading and replying to every single comment with personalized advice based on your specific situation. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing health secrets that could add years to your life. Now, here's something that will shock you. Your body after 70 is fundamentally different from your body at 50 or 60. The digestive system that once efficiently absorbed nutrients from food becomes sluggish and unreliable. Stomach acid production drops by up to 40%, making it nearly impossible to extract certain vitamins from even the healthiest foods. Your skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight decreases by 75%. Meanwhile, medications that many seniors take daily can actively block the absorption of critical nutrients, creating a perfect storm for deficiency. But here's where it gets really serious. These aren't minor inconveniences or subtle health issues. We're talking about vitamins that control your brain function, bone strength, and muscle coordination. Without them, your risk of hip fractures increases by 300%. Your chances of developing what appears to be dementia skyrocket. Your immune system weakens, leaving you vulnerable to infections that younger people shake off easily. The medical establishment has failed seniors by treating these deficiencies as separate, isolated problems instead of recognizing them as interconnected threats to healthy aging. Most doctors run standard blood panels that miss these critical deficiencies entirely, or they dismiss symptoms as inevitable consequences of getting older. Meanwhile, millions of seniors suffer unnecessarily from conditions that could be prevented or reversed with proper nutritional intervention. Today, we're changing that. We'll walk through each vitamin, explain exactly why your body needs it, show you the devastating consequences of deficiency, and give you the precise action plan to optimize your levels safely and effectively. Every recommendation is backed by peer-reviewed research and decades of clinical experience with seniors. Let's start with the most overlooked and potentially dangerous deficiency of all. Number 3, calcium. Now, before you roll your eyes and think you already know everything about calcium, let me tell you why this mineral becomes absolutely critical after 70 in ways that most people never understand. Here's what happens to your body's calcium needs as you age. Your intestines become less efficient at absorbing calcium from food. Your kidneys start wasting more calcium through urine. Your bones, which have been your calcium storage bank for decades, begin releasing their reserves to maintain the calcium levels in your blood that are essential for heart rhythm, muscle function, and nerve signaling. Most seniors think they're getting enough calcium from dairy products or the occasional supplement, but the truth is, your calcium requirements actually increase with age. Men over 70 need 1,200 milligrams daily, up from 1,000 milligrams in their 60s. Women need 1,200 milligrams starting at age 51. But surveys show that as we age, our actual calcium intake decreases, creating a dangerous gap. Here's the part that will terrify you. When you don't consume enough calcium, your body doesn't just accept the shortage. Instead, it activates an emergency system that literally steals calcium from your bones to maintain critical blood levels. This process happens silently, without symptoms, until suddenly you're facing a hip fracture that could end your independence forever. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 78-year-old widow who perfectly illustrates this hidden danger. After her husband's death, Eleanor's eating habits deteriorated. She survived mostly on toast, tea, and convenience foods, consuming less than 400 milligrams of calcium daily. During her annual physical, her doctor noticed she had lost 2 inches in height over 3 years. A bone density scan revealed severe osteoporosis with a T-score of negative 3.2, meaning her bones were so weak that a simple fall could cause multiple fractures. But here's what makes Eleanor's story remarkable. Her physician didn't just prescribe expensive bone medications with serious side effects. Instead, they implemented a comprehensive calcium strategy. Eleanor began taking calcium carbonate supplements, 600 milligrams twice daily with meals to optimize absorption. She incorporated calcium-rich foods like fortified orange juice and low-fat yogurt. Most importantly, she learned that the body can only absorb about 500 milligrams of calcium at a time, so spacing intake throughout the day was crucial. The results were extraordinary. After 18 months, Eleanor's bone density scan showed significant improvement. Her T-score improved to negative 2.4. Over the following 3 years, despite experiencing 2 falls, Eleanor sustained no fractures. Her success demonstrates how targeted calcium supplementation can literally prevent life-threatening injuries and maintain independence. But calcium alone isn't enough. In fact, taking calcium without its essential partner can actually be dangerous, which brings us to the second critical vitamin that transforms how your body uses calcium and affects virtually every system in your aging body. Number 2, vitamin D. This isn't just the sunshine vitamin anymore. After 70, vitamin D becomes your body's master regulator for bone health, immune function, muscle strength, and even brain performance. But here's the shocking reality. It's estimated that up to 80% of seniors are deficient in vitamin D, and most have no idea. Your skin's ability to manufacture vitamin D from sunlight decreases dramatically with age. By 70, your skin produces only 25% of the vitamin D it made when you were 20. Meanwhile, you probably spend more time indoors, wear more clothing when outside, and live in climates where adequate sun exposure is impossible for months at a time. The consequences of vitamin D deficiency in seniors extend far beyond weak bones. Vitamin D receptors exist throughout your nervous system, cardiovascular system, and immune system. Deficiency has been linked to increased risk of falls, fractures, respiratory infections, depression, and even cognitive decline that resembles early dementia. Let me share Margaret's story. Margaret was a 74-year-old retired teacher living in Minnesota. Despite following what she considered a healthy diet, Margaret began experiencing unusual fatigue, muscle aches, and 2 minor falls within 6 months. Her doctor ordered blood work that revealed her vitamin D level was only 18 nanograms per milliliter, well below the recommended minimum of 30. Margaret's deficiency resulted from multiple age-related factors. She spent most time indoors during harsh winters. Her aging skin produced 75% less vitamin D from sun exposure. Her diet contained minimal vitamin D-rich foods. This created secondary hyperparathyroidism, where her parathyroid glands worked overtime to maintain blood calcium by pulling it from her bones, accelerating bone loss and contributing to muscle weakness. Margaret's treatment included 2,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily, increased consumption of fortified foods, and brief daily sun exposure when possible. Within 3 months, her vitamin D level rose to 35 nanograms per milliliter. Her muscle aches subsided, energy improved, and she experienced no additional falls. Her transformation illustrates how vitamin D deficiency often masquerades as normal aging when proper supplementation can dramatically improve quality of life. The recommended daily intake increases significantly after 70. Adults up to 70 need 600 international units daily. Adults over 70 should get at least 800 international units, though many experts recommend up to 1,000 international units for optimal health. But even with adequate calcium and vitamin D, there's one more vitamin that's absolutely essential for seniors, and deficiency in this nutrient can destroy your mind while perfectly mimicking serious neurological diseases. Number 1, vitamin B12. This is the vitamin that could save your mind, and deficiency in B12 is perhaps the most insidious and dangerous nutritional crisis facing seniors today. Here's why this should terrify you. Up to 30% of people over 50 have a condition called atrophic gastritis, which makes it nearly impossible for your body to absorb B12 from food. Your stomach acid production, which is essential for breaking down B12, declines dramatically with age. Many seniors take medications like proton pump inhibitors that further reduce stomach acid, creating a perfect storm for deficiency. But here's the truly frightening part. B12 deficiency doesn't just make you tired. It systematically destroys your nervous system, starting with the protective coating around your nerves called myelin. As this damage progresses, you experience tingling in your hands and feet, balance problems, memory loss, confusion, and personality changes that are virtually indistinguishable from Alzheimer's disease. Let me tell you about Robert, a 72-year-old former accountant whose family was convinced he was developing dementia. Over 8 months, Robert showed progressive cognitive decline. He couldn't remember recent conversations, became confused about familiar places, and developed personality changes, including increased irritability and depression. His wife scheduled multiple specialist appointments. Robert underwent extensive neurological testing, including brain imaging, all of which came back normal. Finally, a geriatrician ordered comprehensive blood work that revealed Robert's vitamin B12 level was critically low at 180 picograms per milliliter. Normal range is 300 to 900. Further investigation revealed Robert had been taking proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux for over 5 years, which significantly reduced his stomach acid and impaired B12 absorption. Additionally, Robert followed a predominantly plant-based diet with minimal animal products, further limiting his B12 intake. His physician immediately started Robert on high-dose B12 injections, 1,000 micrograms weekly for 8 weeks, followed by sublingual B12 tablets that bypass stomach acid requirements. The transformation was remarkable. Within 6 weeks, Robert's memory began improving, his mood stabilized, and the tingling in his hands and feet completely resolved. By 3 months, Robert's cognitive function had returned to baseline, and his family was amazed at the complete reversal of what they thought was irreversible dementia. Robert's case demonstrates how B12 deficiency can perfectly mimic serious neurological conditions in seniors, and how proper identification and treatment can prevent unnecessary suffering and potentially catastrophic misdiagnosis. The recommended daily amount remains constant at 2.5 micrograms per day for seniors, but absorption issues mean that many older adults require much higher supplemental doses to maintain adequate blood levels. Now here's the critical part that most doctors miss. These 3 vitamins don't work in isolation. They function as a team, and deficiency in any one can impair the effectiveness of the others. Vitamin D increases calcium absorption in your intestines by up to 40%. Without adequate vitamin D, even high calcium intake may not prevent bone loss. Vitamin B12 supports the cellular processes that maintain bone health and muscle function. When you're deficient in B12, your body can't properly utilize calcium and vitamin D, no matter how much you consume. The timing and form of supplementation also matters significantly for seniors. Calcium should be spread throughout the day, with 500 milligrams or less consumed at each meal to optimize absorption. Vitamin D should be taken with food, ideally with a meal that contains some fat for optimal absorption. For B12, sublingual forms or injections may be necessary for seniors with absorption problems. But here's what makes this information life-changing. Recognizing the warning signs early can prevent serious health consequences and dramatically improve your quality of life. For calcium deficiency, watch for muscle cramps, brittle nails, and frequent fractures from minor falls. For vitamin D deficiency, look for muscle weakness, fatigue, depression, and frequent respiratory infections. For B12 deficiency, be alert to tingling in hands or feet, balance problems, memory issues, and unexplained mood changes. The tragedy is that these symptoms are often dismissed as normal aging when they're actually treatable conditions. Research shows that vitamin B12 deficiency affects up to 20% of people over 60. Yet it's frequently overlooked because symptoms develop gradually and mimic other age-related changes. Your action plan starts today. First, ask your doctor to test your levels of all three nutrients. Standard blood panels often miss these deficiencies, so specifically request vitamin D, B12, and a comprehensive metabolic panel that includes calcium. Second, don't wait for test results to start making dietary changes. Incorporate calcium-rich foods like leafy greens, sardines, and fortified products. Add fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified cereals for vitamin D. Include animal products or B12 fortified foods if you follow a plant-based diet. Third, consider high-quality supplements, but do this strategically. Calcium carbonate taken with meals, vitamin D3 rather than D2, and methylcobalamin or sublingual B12 for better absorption. Start with recommended doses and adjust based on your blood test results and your doctor's guidance. The difference between thriving in your 70s and struggling with preventable health problems often comes down to these three simple vitamins. Don't let deficiency steal your independence, your memory, or your quality of life. The science is clear, the solutions are available, and the choice is yours. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these vitamin deficiencies surprised you the most? Have you experienced any of the warning signs we discussed? Share your experiences and questions in the comments below. We read every single comment and provide personalized advice based on your specific situation. And if this video opened your eyes to the critical importance of proper nutrition after 70, share it with someone you care about. Because at this stage of life, knowledge truly can be the difference between independence and dependence, between vitality and decline. Thanks for watching, and remember, your best years can still be ahead of you.